Konnichiwa, hope everyone's good. So I thought I would do a video on my inch bag, and I've also got a new video editor that I want to try out as well and just make sure that there's no glitches in it. But as far as the inch bag goes, like I've just said, it is an inch bag. I'm never coming home. It's not a bug out bag and it's not a get home bag. It's an inch bag. It's a permanent homelessness bag. So as far as the bag itself goes, it's still the American large Alice pack. I was going to get the 511 Rush 72. It looks about the same size, but the downside of that is I've got the 511 All Hazards Prime, and that's nowhere near the advertised capacity. So I'm guessing the Rush 72 is going to be the same. It looks about the same size as the Alice pack in videos, but I know it's not going to be anywhere near the capacity of the Alice pack, and at the minute the Alice pack is the bag that has the highest capacity that I own at the minute. But anyway, I'll stop babbling on and just get into it. So a few things have changed with it since the last video, but it's not organised at the minute because I'm still playing around with it and adding stuff and taking stuff out, so it's a mess and nothing's organised. But it is the way it is, and there's actually two other bags as well because I've got a bike I'm going to use. So I've got some other bags I can attach to the bike, which is going to have other stuff in it. But anyway, I'll stop babbling on and get straight to the bag. So on the top and on the bottom, I've got the Savota sleeping pad, which is awesome. And on the top, I'm changing from the British Arctic sleeping bag to a civilian Coleman BAM USA. Don't think you can get it anymore. I've had this for about 13, 14 something years, maybe it's longer. Goes down to -10. It's been a really great bag. Haven't had any complaints with it. Zippers are holding up great. Still warm, and it should be more than enough for the weather in this country. The coldest winters. Rarely get past -10, but I've got another thing in here as well, which will allow us to go way below that. In here, I've just got some Paracord Marbles brand, made in USA. And just some eating utensils, which are really cool because they're handmade out of iron, Viking style. So I got them from Grimfrost. Use them all the time, and they're awesome. Look cool. Well made. Can't complain. That's all that's in there. Most of the stuff's on the inside of the bag. Like I say, it's not organised at all. It's all just randomly thrown together. So I'm constantly taking bits out and putting things in. So here's a Ramirez crook knife. I'm not going to bother getting it out, but with this I can build spoons, bowls, and just comfort items. Gives you something to do. And then in here, a bit of a repair kit. Got the German military issue sewing kit, and just a really big multi-thousand yard spool of heavy duty thread. That'll last for years if you're just doing small stuff. And that's all that's in there. And then down here on the side, got the Wenger H3 compass with ranger beads fixed on with an Alice clip, which I will tie on properly because I don't trust these by themselves. I've lost things with those before. And that's all from the outside. And then in here, got the German Flecktorn half shelter or poncho. Makes one of the badass ponchos. One of the most badass ponchos as well. It's an awesome shelter. And other shelter wise, I've got the Dutch hooped bivvy. So I can put the Flecton over the top and then this, and that just adds extra protection. I'm not putting modern tents in here because I don't trust them. They're no good around fires. And then in here is random stuff. I've got about 500 fish hooks of various different sizes and types. Got some circle hooks, all tiny. I think that's the biggest one, about a size 4. The small hooks catch a lot of fish, big hooks only catch big fish. And I'm going for quantity, not quality. And just some 5-pound fishing line for the really small hooks, catching minnows and things like that. Some bank line number 36, small bank line number 12. Got some snare wire. More fishing hooks. Fat wood. And this is 2,500, 500 and 250 grit wet and dry paper, and with this I can put a bit around a stick and I can use that to sharpen or hone the crook knife. And then what do you know, more fish hooks. Size 4. These are my favourites, VMC Sport Circles, never fail to catch. And with them being circle hooks, you don't need to strike. Fish hooks themselves and they're stay hooked. Falcon Ivan DC4. And there's also some 2,000 and 3,000 grit paper on there as well. Suzuki M35, sorry, M35. MR350 harmonica. So I can use that for entertaining myself, and I can busk around the streets for money or food or whatever. 2 heavy duty, not heavy duty, but really big ferrocerium rods. And then in here is my normal bog standard fire kit. Got the pocket bellows, a smaller ferro rod, and a flint and steel kit with a inner metal container so I can make more chalk cloth and punk wood. And that's pretty much permanent fire. Best multi-tool in the world, Victorinox Swiss tool. And in here is a magnifying glass, just so happens to fit perfectly in the pellet tin. And that's solar ignition, also first aid. And then an Exotac match cap with some heavy duty waxed thread. And there's probably just a few matches in here because I've used a few of them already. Lifeboat matches. And then just an empty tin again. Oh, it's got some chalk cloth in it. Didn't even know that. So a spare chalk cloth, and I can make chalk cloth in it, as well as keep other items. And in here, Dutch military canteen, very heavy duty, and Dutch stainless steel cup. And just a random plastic bag, don't know why. Life straw water filter. hand howitzer, Jorgsprov design, slingshot. About 50-pound draw bands, and I've got a forked stick, so I can switch it around and that'll allow us to fire arrows with it. And then in here is a few water purification tablets, which are probably, yep, expired, so I'll have to get more of those. And that's the Russian VDV mess kit, which is awesome. And then this, my silky saw. I'm going to be changing this to a more vintage carbon steel. I've got a saw file in the bag, but these teeth are impulse hardened, so they're harder to sharpen. It's doable, but it'll wear the file out real quick. So I'm going to be changing this to a more inferior carbon steel saw. Black Hawk rigger's belt. Got the handle for Spetsnaz shovel. Next to that I've got the head for the Spetsnaz shovel. And then here, Japanese natter. And then the wood burning stove, Robin's Logger Wood, had for ages, no issues. And then in here, is a Russian military wool blanket. It's big, it's really thick and really warm, and what the sleeping bag won't do, this will do much better. Also, this will stay warm when it's wet. It's 100% wool. I don't know why people don't buy these. Everybody has a hard on for the Swiss ones or the World War II German ones. These ones are thicker and warmer and better built. Two schmugs, and then in here got an Olfa craft knife. These are awesome. And files. Got a little diamond sharpener, Felco brand. And a double-sided metal file, fine and rough, and then a fine and rough diamond file, and then a 4-in-hand. These are awesome. Metal rasps, got a flat one, rounded one, metal file as well, which can be used on wood. Also flattened on one side and round on the other side, so you can do a lot with that. And that's all that's in the bag. So I'll move on to the other bags I'll be going on the bike. So these are the two bags I'll be using on the bike. Just two German surplus rucksacks. Heavy duty canvas with rubber on the inside. So this one is hygiene stuff and spare clothes. I won't go fully into that because I won't be showing like underwear and shit on the internet. That's just weird. I've just got like spare t-shirts, 7 pairs of socks, 7 pairs of underwear, got a thermal extreme cold weather mask for sleeping in. I won't go into all of that, just got a few bars of soap. I've got bandanas, hanks as well, because they just come in handy for stuff. As far as hygiene things as well, towels, face stuff, face towels, and like a body towel. But these are awesome, they're Japanese. They're made out of plant fibre, so when you get them wet and you start scrubbing with them, there's like a natural antibiotics and things come out, so they wash you without using soap, which is awesome. And the face towel is the same Sasawashi brand for both, so they're awesome. Toothbrushes as well in there. And this one's like hunting, fishing, and repair stuff. And this one's not complete, I'm going to add some metal rat traps as well. I've got a Cuban yo-yo. Some zip ties. Spare bike in a tube. Spare bike lock. Puncture repair kit. And this is like the maintenance for the slingshot. So I've got a spare bands, spare leather for pouches. And I've got this, which is a ball mold, 10mm lead ball mold. So with this I can either make slingshot ammo if I remove this, or if I add it, it'll create a hole in the shot and I can use that as fishing weights. And then this is just another fishing weight mold for 3 and 2 ounce leads. And I can find lead all over the beaches in the form of discarded fishing weights. There's tons of it in my area. Wire I can just stick in there, and that's it. And then just more slingshot bands, heavy, medium, or light and medium, and a chainmail pot scrubber for cleaning. Stainless steel, won't rust, doesn't scratch up the aluminium. And that's it. There's no food in here because I've got plenty of stuff for getting food. I can either hunt for it, fish for it, I can trap. I've got knowledge in my head on making figure 4s and spring snares. On top of that, I live in a country where food is just freely wasted. Half-eaten sandwiches, things like that everywhere. So food, I don't even have to hunt, I can just go through bins and stuff, which is gross, but whatever. That would be an extreme though, but for the most part it's going to be hunting and fishing. Or I can busker on the street for money so I could buy food, or I can just busker on the street for food. So there's lots of ways of getting food. So I haven't got any food in the bag, because like I say, I can't put a lifetime supply of food in the bag. So that is my inch bag. Thanks for watching. Mata.